Good morning, class 5. Myself Ranjit Kumar. I welcome you all in the e-learning program of Modern English School, Kunti Nagar, Nevada. This is the first video of the revision for the third chapter, that is bones and muscles. So, what is bones? Bones are the hard structure of the body that is made up of living cells and minerals. Okay, this is the bones. The longer bone in our body also have bone marrow. What is bone marrow? The jelly-like substance present between the long bones is called bone marrow. And in bone marrow is the site where red blood cells are produced. And in bone marrow, fat cells are also stored. Okay, in an adult human being the number of bone is 206. Okay, next topic is skeleton, the framework of the bones that give shape and support to the body is called skeleton. Skeleton includes skull, rib cage, backbone and the limbs. So, skull is the hardest part of our body and it contains brain, and skull it is also called brain box because brain is safe in the skull. Okay, next is rib cage. What is rib cage? The cage like structure that is made up of 24 curved bones is called rib cage. What is rib cage? Rib cage is a cage like structure that is made up of 24 strong curved bones, and these curved bones are called ribs. These ribs are connected to backbone on the back of the side, and in the front it is connected to the sternum or breastbone. Okay, so these ribs are connected to backbones, and in the front it is connected to the sternum, and the last two pair of the ribs which is only connected to the backbone that is called floating ribs. So if someone asks you how many pairs, means what number of ribs here, you can say 12 pair of ribs or you can say 24 ribs. What is ribs? I have told you. Next is backbone. Backbone is made up of 33 small hollow bones. This is called vertebrae. What is the 33 small hollow bones are called vertebrae. They are placed one above the another and it form a column like structure that is called vertebral column, or it is also called backbone. Okay, next, this backbone, at the center of this backbone spinal cord is present. So this spinal cord is protected by the backbone. Next is limbs, the appendages. This part, the protruding part from the main body is called limbs. We have 4 limbs. These two hands is 2 limbs and 2 legs are 2 limbs. These two are called forelimbs and the legs are called hind limbs. The longest bone of the body is thigh bone or femur. Okay. Next is, what is the function of a skeletal system? Skeletal system gives shape and support to the body. Second, It also protects the delicate internal organs such as lungs, heart is protected by rib cage, brain is protected by skull, spinal cord is protected by the backbone. So second point is it protects the delicate internal organ. Bone marrow present in the bones are the site for the production of red blood cells. Third point. Fourth point. Along with the muscles, this skeletal system help us to move, walk, bend, run. So skeletal system is having these functions. Okay. Joints. The place where two or more bones meet is called joint. Place where two bones meet. This is a bone, this is a bone. These both are meeting here. So this is a joint, this is a joint. So the place where two or more bone meets is called joints. Joints are of two types: fixed joint and movable joint. Fixed joint that do not allow much movement or very less movement, that is called fixed joint. Fixed joint is seen in the skull. Next is movable joint that allows some degree of movement is called movable joints. Movable joints are of four types: ball and socket joint, hinge joint, ग्लाइडिंग जॉइंट, पिवोट जॉइंट. कौन कौन? बॉल एंड सॉकेट जॉइंट, हिंज जॉइंट, पिवोट जॉइंट एंड ग्लाइडिंग जॉइंट. Ball and socket joint, it is found in shoulder and the hip. What is there? In ball and socket joint, one end of one bone is ball shaped and it fit into the socket of the second bone. For example, this is the joint, so this one is one bone and this is another bone. So this is the end of this bone is ball shaped, so it fit into the socket of this bone. So this is called ball and socket joint. So ball and socket joint is found in the shoulder and hip. Next is hinge joint. Hinge joint is present in elbow and knee. What is hinge joint? The hinge that you see in the door, that is called hinge joint. It only allows movement in one direction. For example, this is a hinge joint. It allows movement in this direction. It do not allow to move in that direction. This is called hinge joint. Next is pivotal joint or pivot joint. Pivot joint is seen in neck and this portion. Pivot joint is seen here, where between in the neck, between the head and the backbone. So the pivot joint is found here. Next is gliding joint. Gliding joint is found in the wrist. So if someone asks you, question will be what, name different type of joint, then you will say four type of movable joint. You have to remember the example. Ball and socket joint, it is found in shoulder and hip. Gliding joint, it is found in wrist and ankle. And the hinge joint is seen in the elbow and knee, and pivot joint is seen in the neck. Okay, so according to syllabus, today we have to discuss only till joint. Okay, the remaining we will see in the coming video. Okay, thank you.